Good morning. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Monica Santiago, the Director of Virtual Learning for Responsive Ed Virtual Learning and Comprehend Academy. It is with an honor and pleasure that I welcome you here today. On behalf of our Board of Trustees, our Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Chuck Cook, and the amazing faculty and staff of Comprehend Academy, welcome to our first commencement ceremony honoring the class of 2017. Will you please join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by our high school history teacher, Mrs. Shayna Tackett-Cox.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, in liberty and justice for all. And now for the Texas pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
And with that, I welcome Ms. Phyllis O'Quinn to the stage. She is our principal at Comprehend Academy. Please be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome family, friends, faculty, and fellow students to the first Comprehend Academy graduation. For an occasion such as this, it's easy to think, or even in some cases, worry about the future. From the near future, where you wait through the many minutes until you get the acknowledgement you've worked so hard for, to the distant future, where a dream job, house, family, friends await you. The future is all well and good, but I would ask you to put those thoughts on rest for now. These next moments will live with you forever. The same applies to families out there. Without all the love and steadfast support you've provided, your children probably wouldn't be here today. So those moments are to be shared with all of you, with all of us. And to the faculty, I know your hearts must be heavy with loss. These birds are leaving the nest. Without your guidance, none of us would be here. Without teachers, there would be no students and no future. In all seriousness, graduates, this day, this time, and soon this memory will be yours forever. Welcome to your graduation. Seated in the audience are the employees of Comprehend Academy. Will you please stand? This is the hardworking staff that has been instrumental in helping our students. Please. All the staff stand, please, thank you. This is the hardworking staff that has been instrumental in helping our students reach the end of their high school journey. Please stand now, and as our director, Mrs. Monica Santiago, introduces you, please let us honor them.
We'll start with, many of you may have interacted with her. She is our office manager who helps with all of your technology needs. She's Genevieve Meyer. And next to her, we have Ms. Jennifer Scobie, who's our state testing coordinator. Next to her, we have Mr. Lonnie Morgan. He is our vice president of virtual learning at Responsive Education Solutions. This gentleman is a special gentleman. You'll be introduced to him very shortly. Behind him, we have Ms. Shonda Runyon. She is our school counselor. She has worked with many of you. And on to our high school staff. I'll start over here with Ms. Shayna Tackett-Cox. She is our high school history teacher. We have Ms. Carisha Davis. She is our high school English language arts teacher. Ms. Stephanie Honig. She's our high school mathematics teacher. Ms. Celeste Stevenson. She is our high school science teacher. And Ms. Bertha Galvan. She is our high school Spanish teacher. And make no mistake, there's some folks behind there that you've interacted with quite a bit this year. So will the first two rows please sit? Starting from the right, we have Miss Amanda Herron, who's our lead registrar and has worked with you over the phone quite a bit. And then next to her, Denise Oviedo, who's also one of our registrars, who assists you with enrollment, transcripts, everything that you can possibly imagine. And next to them, we have Mr. Jeffrey Evans, who's our director of marketing at Responsive Education Solutions. Let me not forget our wonderful Aaron Wimberly in the back, who is taking wonderful photos to add into your yearbook and webpage and everything. And he's also managing our live streaming for our students who can't be here, as well as our undergraduate students and teachers who could not attend but are attending online with us today.
One last round of applause for everyone, please. Thank you. Everyone else can be seated. Completing high school is, for many students, a great challenge that takes much dedication and hard work. To rise to the top of your class is a true distinction and reflects efforts and successes far beyond the norm. This afternoon, it is my pleasure to introduce our Salutatorian and Valedictorian. Our Salutatorian for the class of 2017, again, the first graduating class of Comprehend Academy, is Andrew Parati. Please stand. Thank you. You may be seated. Our Valedictorian for the first Comprehend Academy graduation is Madison Warner. The Salutatorian is the student with the second highest grade point average in their senior class. At this time, I would like to invite Andrew Parati to the stage to be recognized formally for his honor. Please stand and help me congratulate this young man.
Thank you, Andrew.
The valedictorian is the student who has achieved the highest grade point average in the senior class. At this time, I would like to ask Madison Warner to present our valedictorian address. Please stand with me as we honor this accomplishment. Let's make her more nervous by getting the pictures out of the way first before she gives us the entire a beautiful speech she has prepared for us.
Thank you. Let's see if I can do this without tearing up. So, the theme for this year is, for me, is change. Damn it. To be quite honest, I did not know I'd be standing here in this building with this cap and gown on in front of all of you as valedictorian. No idea. From kindergarten to junior year, I was in public school, and now I'm on to bigger and better things than worrying about whether or not chewing gum is on the underside of my desk. My desk this year is my bed or my office. Public school never gave me the opportunity to grow and to have experiences the way Comprehend Academy had. I am now able to thrive in my modeling career. Had I done this earlier, I might have had better self-discipline, been able to start my career earlier, and spend more time learning from life itself. So what does the future hold? Honestly, I have no idea. But this is our milestone. We can check it off our lifelong bucket list. Although we just met, I'm pretty proud that I get to share this moment with y'all. It's a special moment our friends and family will remember for a lifetime. Look, I'm sure someone is crying over there, but anyway, change is huge. My friends have changed, my family evolved, but so is my education. I'm a new person. Here we are, the oldest we've ever been, but the youngest we will ever be. An older, much wiser friend once told me that you are a different person every 4 years. From freshman year until here, I've matured, learned a new thing every day, and as the same way my parents have for the last 18 years, watched myself grow. So here I am, starting a new chapter, 4 years ahead of me. I'm excited to see what I might be like in the next 4 years, or what you might be like. I wanted to thank Mrs. Santiago and Mrs. O'Quinn and all my other teachers, Mrs. Tacky Cox, who have helped me out this year. I would also like to thank my family, especially my mom. You drove me crazy this week, but it was so worth it, and I would not trade it for the world. My friends, for everything they do for me in the roughest times. I can't wait to look back on all of our upcoming memories. Macy Herring, my tutor, and my lifelong friend, who is why I'm on this stage today. Thank you for coming out today. I appreciate it.
So good. You did so well. Thank you, Madison. To follow that, this afternoon, I am honored to introduce our speaker today, Mr. Brent Mitchell. He represents responsive education as one of our district regional directors, and we are pleased to have him join us today. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Mitchell to the stage.
All right, how's everybody doing today? Madison got me crying. It's not even my graduation. Got me walking out here after her. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. All right, well, hopefully I won't make you cry. That's my goal. I know that looking at the program that I'm pretty much all that stands between your slideshow and your cookies and punch. And so my goal is to be brief. I'm gonna be a little different. I'm gonna tell you that up front. So I'm a little different. I come from a place to where if you don't bring props, folks don't pay you any attention. So I got a bag of props, but hopefully the message will still hit home. So as Madison was talking about friends, it kind of gave me confirmation. A few years ago, I was sitting at a high school graduation, head full of hair, probably about 30 pounds, 50 pounds lighter, no gray hairs whatsoever, no stress, no bills, no children, no mortgage. I think my car note may have been $175 a month. I should have kept that car. And I was talking to my very best friend, because the ironic thing about it, graduates, is that as you get older, your friends from high school, you kind of lose touch. And I thought about that, and I said, what about my friends? And as I was saying, what about my friends, I was reminded of a group. Now, many of you may not be old enough to know about this, but there's a group when I was 20-some years younger than what I am right now. There was a group called TLC that stood for T-Bars, Left Eye, and Chili. And this was an amazing group that sold 6 million albums before we could Apple Music and Spotify and download and Shazam. They sold 6 million albums with a song called What About Your Friends? And as I think about that song, I borrowed a few words, and I promise you I will not sing, because singing is not on my resume, and this is being live streamed. I don't want anybody to disconnect due to my singing. But from the album Ooh on the TLC tip, there was a song called What About Your Friends? And the chorus of that song says, what about your friends? Will they stand their ground? Will they let you down again? What about your friends? Are they going to be low down? Will they ever be around? Or will they turn their backs on you? So, as a graduate, I know many of you are sitting there with that I'm grown feeling. You're thinking that I don't have to get up in the morning for homework anymore. My mom's not going to wake me up. I can go out and go to college, military, things of that nature. You can, but I want to just kind of give you a few things that kind of make you think about life, if that's all right. So, when you think about your friends, I kind of put my friends in 4 categories, and I'm from Arkansas, so we're a little countryer than Texas. Is that a word? Valedictorian, is country a word? Am I good? More country? Oh, more, okay, well, countryer gonna be the word for the day, okay. So I'm a little countryer than some Texan folks, so pardon me as I bring a few things, but I thought about my friends, and the first type of friend anybody know what that is? That's a really big flip-flop. Now, flip-flops are comfortable. They're inexpensive. Some of these friends are only good for weekends or certain times of the year. But the thing about flip-flops is they don't go with everything. Then you got some other type of friends. Some of you have friends that look like this. These are your Air Jordan friends. Your friends that are expensive, high priced, they look really good, they're shiny, stylish. Some folks stand in line all day to get friends like this. The problem is that those type of friends don't go with everything. Now, I know you're thinking, surely you got some good friends. Of course you got some good friends. You got some friends that look like this. A loafer. Not a good friend, not a bad friend. They all right. They okay. Now, they look good. They real comfortable and easy to talk to. They go with some things. They go with, you can wear them with jeans sometimes. You can hang out with them in your suit sometime. But the thing about loafers is be careful, because sometimes they'll do you no good. And sometimes loafers, although they fit some categories, they don't go with everything. I'm going to turn them sideways so I can make like a nice picture for Aaron and put me on the website. Now, the last type of friend is this kind of friend right here. Good old Chuck. I saw somebody walk in with a pair of Chucks. Good old Chuck. Let me tell you about Chuck. Chuck is probably the best type of friend you can have. Chuck is affordable. He's machine washable. Chuck has stood the test of time. Grandpa got Chucks. Mama and daddy got Chucks, teachers, your friends. Chuck will be here until we are no longer able to wear Chucks. Chuck will last through winter, spring, summer, and fall. And the thing about Chuck is if you got on a suit, jeans, sundress, shorts, pajama pants, Chuck go with everything. So, the best thing I like about Chucks is that when you are around Chucks, your parents even like them. Your teachers like Chuck. So whether you're going to work, college, military, etc., hang out with more Chucks. Now, the last message I want to send you, because I remember 20-something years ago, if they had a show called Name Your Graduation Speaker and we'll give you $1 million, I would lose the television show because I couldn't tell you who my speaker was. I couldn't tell you what he or she said. I couldn't tell you how long they talked, etc. Hopefully, 20-something years from now, when y'all are rich and famous and taking care of all these folks in the room that took care of you for these 17 plus years, you'll be able to say, I don't remember the guy's name, but he had chucks and he had a jar. Okay, so let's talk about jar. So like the one thing about life as you get older, you realize that the longer you live life, the better it gets. And so I look at life kind of like a jar. So right now, at your young age, I'm gonna slide Chuck and his friends down. And I gotta get his shoe back to my son. I gotta be careful. So, okay, I got Chuck and his friends, and now I got a jar. So right now, at your age, I would ask, is your jar full? It's not full? You graduating high school, valedictorian, salutatorians, graduating, college bound, military bound, got jobs, got careers. Is your jar full? Okay. So your jar is not full. Let me help you. Hold this. I got to unscrew this. Next time, note to self. Make your jar loose. Okay. All right. So your jar is not full. So let's make the jar full. How about this? And Lonnie and I were going to go play golf after this, but it decided to rain, so. You need me to hold that again? I probably don't even need it. Can y'all hear me without the microphone? But the live streamer has to be able to hear me. Okay. Thank you, Vanna. You're so nice. So if I add, got it. I got to practice this next time. If I add these jars to this, if I add golf balls to your jar, now is your jar full? See, that valedictorian got a different way of thinking, don't she? So let's do some more stuff to the jar. I didn't tell y'all I taught science before I got this good job of responsive ed. So I like to get messy and add crazy stuff, keep kids engaged. Vanna, I need you again. I'm sorry. So if I was to add a little sand, you get my picture. If I add some sand to your jar, now is your jar full? Still not full? Okay. I got something. Hold on a second. One more time. Okay, now I got it. What about now? Is my jar pretty full? For the most part. Okay. Well, let me think. Hold on. Hold that one more time. I just got the Coke because I was thirsty. But if I take this Coke and I add to this jar, I'm not gonna make a mess because responsive ed will put it on my check. Now, I'm smart too, valedictorian. This jar full now. So the jar is full. Is the jar full? Now let's talk about how the jar applies to your life. No matter what type of friends you connect to, your life is simply an empty jar. The golf balls in the jar are what are really important to you. Your family, your friends, your health, your passion. Notice I didn't say money, because sometimes you won't have enough money to buy golf balls to put in a jar. The pebbles in the jar are your cars, your homes, things you can lose and replace. Not really important because they don't really fill the jar, but they fill some spaces. The sand's all the other stuff, the small stuff that gets in the way of enjoying the golf balls and the pebbles. So if I would have filled the jar with sand first, I couldn't add anything to the jar. So as you get older, don't fill your jar up with sand all the time first, because everything else won't fit in your jar. So that's all I got. I'm gonna take my Coke and I'm gonna sit down. Oh, the Coke. What does the Coke mean? Because the valedictorian was asking, no, wait a minute, you told me what the golf balls mean, what the pebbles mean, what the sand means. You told me about the jar, the shoes, but what does the Coke mean? The Coke simply means sometimes you gotta take time out in life to have a Coke with a guy like Chuck. That's it, that's all I got. I want my cookies and punch too. I made a mess. Don't step on the rocks. Don't get sands on your diploma. But I'm going to turn you back over to these folks. Thank you all so much for inviting me. I had a blast. I made a mess. I did something kids are going to tweet and Snapchat and Facebook about. I'm so excited. I'm live on a little virtual thing with Aaron, and I didn't do anything wrong. Chuck is not going to fire me. This day has been an amazing day. Congratulations, graduates, teachers. I know y'all clapping for the summer. Awesome day. Thank you all so much for the invitation. Good luck to whatever you guys do next.
Let's give another applause to our speaker, Mr. Mitchell. Let's be quite lively. Thank you for those words to live by. And at this time, I would like for you to sit back and enjoy a special presentation that the students, parents, staff, and staff at Comprehend Academy have put together in honor of our graduates. We're setting it up slowly. And we'll just look to your right here. And graduates, you might have to, don't know if you'll be able to see it from where you are, but
it's hard to believe we made it here.
Congratulations, seniors of 2017. You made it. I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Looking forward now, turning backwards and realizing how lucky I've been that you stood by me and let me be me.
Congratulations on graduating, you guys. I hope nothing but success on y'all's journey out of school.
The tears and laughter getting here wasn't always easy, but we got here together.
Congratulations, class of 2017 on graduating. And good luck.
You let me know that school's more important.
Congratulations on being the first graduating class from Comprehend Academy.
You stood by me and let me be me.
Hi, congrats. And, hi, Brent Mitchell. I hope y'all have fun at graduation, and I can't wait to graduate myself. Congratulations, and I hope y'all have a great life after graduation, even greater than high school. Okay, bye.
Don't worry about me on my new journey. You've given me what I need to keep growing and trying new things.
Congratulations, seniors. Proud of all of you guys. Can't wait to see what the next chapter holds. Great work.
As you set me free through life's roller coasters, through the tears and laughter. Life may not always be easy, but we will make it together. We got here together.
At this time, I would like to ask Mrs. Santiago to come join me for the certification of graduates. And are you going to hand them? Does that work? Will the class of 2017 please stand? It is my pleasure to present to you the first Comprehend Academy senior class of 2017. They've completed all the requirements as prescribed by our board of directors to participate in this commencement ceremony. Thank you. And on behalf of Texas Education Agency and our board of directors, I accept these students as candidates for graduation. As I call the name of our graduates, please remember that we're about to recognize them as individuals as they come to the stage. This is the only opportunity of their lives that this particular individual recognition will occur. Would you please keep that foremost in your mind as the name of each student can be heard by all present. And now calling on each senior's name. Keely Morphus. Please come to the stage. Come this way. Thank you. Andrew Parati. Madison Warner. And again, will the class of 2017 please rise for the turning of the tassels? Listen carefully, for the sounds you hear tonight will last a lifetime. Store them and save them up in your hearts, for they are priceless. Each whisper, each tick of the clock is a reminder of something you've gained while you were here at Comprehend Academy. Pay attention so that when you hear them later in life, you remember this moment. The years seem to pass all too quickly, and we have not even adjusted to the present when it is time to move on to the future. We have achieved our goals and secured our friendships, yet this is not a time for saying goodbye, because we will always keep us together. Our memories keep us together. No matter how large your dreams may seem, the power of your mind, coupled with the feeling in your heart, will provide you with the strength to achieve your dreams. For one who dreams with love has no need to fear. Love your dreams. Be true to your heart, and your dreams will come true. Please join me in turning your tassels to represent the beginning of a new chapter of our lives. Yes. Thank you for everyone for joining us today. Graduates, happy that we were able to play a part in your long journey to graduation. And if you're able to join us following the ceremony, we have provided refreshments, and there is seating just behind us in order for you to enjoy some time with family and friends and reach out to all the graduates and wish them many blessings in their future. Thanks again for being part of this inaugural Comprehend Academy graduation.